Glad you're streaming with us. Well, the United Nations now says it has clear evidence that Hamas committed sexual violence during the October 7th attack in Israel. The UN's new report also says that some Israeli hostages in Gaza have been subjected to sexual violence and torture as well. The UN releasing the report after a 2.5-week visit to Israel in the West Bank. This comes as ceasefire talks stall just days before the start of Ramadan. Hamas says that it will not accept ceasefire deal without complete withdrawal of Israeli troops from Gaza. Our foreign correspondent, Tom Soufi Burridge, is in Tel Aviv. So, Tom, where do the negotiations stand right now?
Kira, the omens don't look great. I mean, tonight, and that is because tonight, really, Hamas and Israel don't agree on the fundamentals. Hamas is releasing a statement tonight basically saying that they will not agree to anything that doesn't mean the full withdrawal of Israeli forces from the Gaza Strip. And Israeli officials have already told us that they're only willing to accept redeploying their forces within the Gaza Strip. So tonight, President Biden is saying that Israel has made what he says is a rational offer. We believe that to be a 6-week ceasefire, potentially 40 hostages coming out, potentially 400 Palestinian prisoners released. And in President Biden's words, it's now down to Hamas. And President Biden is warning. He's saying, if there is not a deal by the end of this week and the beginning of Ramadan, then it could be very dangerous for Israel and for Jerusalem around those holy sites, the Al-Aqsa Mosque and Temple Mount.
So Israel also saying it's considering allowing local security in Gaza to escort aid convoys. When will that happen?
Well, it could happen quite soon, but I think it gives you a clue, Kira, of the complexity on the ground right now in the Gaza Strip in terms of getting aid to people in need. And what we're learning today, really, is that the problem isn't so much the number of trucks actually getting in the Gaza Strip, although the US is calling for more crossing points and more trucks to be able to access the Gaza Strip from different areas. The problem is once the aid is inside. Now, it's checked by the Israelis, and then trucks in Gaza have to distribute it around the Strip. Now, fighting continues, so security is a problem, but the Israelis clearly are now trying to work through this, and they're facing tough criticism. And one of the things they're trying to do is bypass UNRWA, the UN agency which historically has been doing that job on the other side. They accuse UNRWA of being in bed with Hamas. We know that there are allegations against members of UNRWA for participating in the October 7th terror attack. So Israel is trying to bypass UNRWA. It's trying to work out new relationships with UN agencies and other agencies on the ground, but it's a work in progress. And at the moment, the desperation continues in the north. Aid agencies warning that they're seeing a worrying number of acutely malnourished children, particularly in the north of Gaza, where not enough aid is getting through.
So we're also learning about this new UN report that we mentioned as we were introducing you that found that hostages being held in Gaza were subjected to sexual violence. What more do you know about these findings, and is Israel responding?
Well, Israel has welcomed the report, Kira, as, in its words, the UN finally, because Israel has criticized the UN for being slow to react on this issue or recognize that crimes of sexual violence were widespread on October the 7th, mainly against women, but also against men and against hostages being held in Gaza since then. Israel is happy that this report is out, that this is a formal recognition from a UN body, but they're still criticizing the UN. They're calling for a more robust reaction to the report from the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres.
Tom Soufi Burridge for us in Israel. Tom, thanks.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.